strike up the band. Tip your caps with admiration, appreciation for the men and women of America's armed forces. Those heroes in uniform who proudly dedicate their lives to the honor of the United States. To all we hold dear, democracy, freedom, love of country, and our national pastime. As the Rays take to the diamond, unfurl the flag, stand and cheer as we all salute the troops today on Fox Sports Sun.
Today, the Rays and Fox Sports Sun honor the military men, women, and their families as part of a Salute to the Troops Day with special pregame ceremonies, activities, and on-air highlights and videos. And, of course, well represented by MacDill Air Force Base. Hi again, everyone, and welcome to the final game of this 9-game homestand for the Rays here at Tropicana Field as they wrap up their 4-game series versus the Houston Astros. I'm Dwayne Statz, and it's so good to have you with us on this very special day when the Rays and Fox Sports say thank you to all military members, their families, and people in the community who provide help and assistance to our great veterans. Throughout the telecast, we'll hear from and about those who have sacrificed so much for our benefit. And we'll talk with family members and friends of those service members, in addition to those who provide support and care for our service members who we so gratefully salute today. And there's no better place to begin than with our own Tampa Bay Rays expressing their thoughts and feelings for and about our troops.
To all the veterans out there, thank you for everything that you do for us. I want to thank all the veterans that have served for us. Without you guys, what we do on a daily basis is not possible. Living free in this country and happy with relatively little stress is not possible without you, and can't thank you enough.
Thank you guys for everything you guys do. Our freedom is something we truly cherish, and all the thanks go to you guys, so thank you.
Thank you guys for everything you do, especially my big brother Joey. Love you, bro, and hope you guys have a great day.
I want to recognize all the veterans. Thank you for your service and all the sacrifices you make for us to play this game. I know we appreciate it and we're very thankful. Thank you.
To all the veterans, we appreciate all that you do.
welcome you back to Tropicana Field. Now for the national anthem, the Air National Guard Band to the South, with the U.S. flag presented by Military Families.
In sign language, Michelle and Victoria Flag.
Well, we welcome you back to the booth here at Tropicana Field with Brian Anderson, Dwayne Stats. So good to have you with us as the Rays begin a brand new month here in July. And boy, what an end to June. And they've taken on this world champion Houston Astro Ball Club. And we're going to wrap up this series with an outstanding pitching matchup.
Yeah, I mean, these guys have been throwing the ball well all year, and especially as of late. You look at Charlie Morton, what he's done over his last couple of starts. He hasn't given up really anything. He held the opponents to a 136 average, just 6 hits in 13 plus innings of work. But you look overall, he's won both games, and he's coming off a start against the Toronto Blue Jays where he was especially dominant. 7 innings in that ball game, no earned runs, of course. 13 strikeouts, everything working, especially that curveball that he so prominently features. And Blake Snell, again, all season long, he's been very, very good. If you break it down over his last 7, the record at just 5-1, the ERA 127, opponent average of 156. The curveball has been a big pitch for him his last couple of times out. And to make matters even more difficult for the Houston Astros, he has been excellent at home this season, giving up just 4 earned runs in 44 and a third innings.
Well, let's take a look at the starting lineup presented by your Southern Ford dealers. Houston will have Alex Bregman play shortstop today. He has been red hot at the plate. He'll be the leadoff man. Jose Altuve, the Major League's leading hitter, will follow at second base, hitting second, and Yuli Gurriel will rejoin this club back from a paternity leave, and so Gurriel is at third, hitting third. The DH is Evan Gattis. Tyler White will be at first base with Josh Reddick in right field hitting sixth. Catching, batting seventh is Max Stassi with Jake Marisnick in center field. The number 8 hitter Tony Kemp will play left field and bat ninth.
Well, Blake Snell having a great season. 10 wins already in his 17th start. So we talked about his dominance at home here in 2018 with just 4 earned runs given up in 44 and a third innings. But if you go back over his last 10 starts at Tropicana Field, even going back into last season, he's given up 1 earned run or fewer in all 10. So the Astro lineup has their work cut out for him here this afternoon. Let's take a look at the Rays defense, see how it's going to line up here this afternoon. In the outfield left to right, we've got Joey Wendell, Malik Smith, and Johnny Field. And across the infield third to first, Matt Duffy, Willie Adames, Daniel Robertson, and Jake Bowers. Jesus Sucre gets the call behind the plate.
And so Blake Snell all set to go to work this afternoon after his 11th victory. Severino has 12, Kluger has 11, and Snell tied for third with 10. So that's pretty good company right there, Severino and Kluber.
Yeah. Two of the most dominant starters from the right side, and Blake Snell, of course, from the left.
First pitch of this ball game is a fastball at 97 in there for a strike, and we are underway. Bregman at 277. Pitch is down. 1-1. Bregman homered in the game last night, accounting for both Houston runs. Two balls and a strike.
The thing that's so impressive about Bregman is he has no unnecessary movement in his approach and in his swing. 6-game hitting streak, the numbers disgustingly good.
Bregman out in front right there. 2-2.
Good changeup. You got to sell a good changeup with good arm speed. You know, Blake Snell already has respect built in because of the fastball that's going to get up 97, 98 miles an hour. So you have that same kind of arm speed on a changeup, and you're going to get plenty of swings and misses.
Liner into left. That's going to drop for a base hit off the fastball, and Bregman opens with a single.
Boy, quick hands. Quick hands. Quiet at the plate, quick hands. And you go from changeup 88 to 97 fastball, and he is right on it. See how close he is to the plate, too, because he trusts his hands to get through the zone, lickety split.
So now a 7-game hitting streak for Bregman, and here is Altuve. Pops it to the right side. Robertson will angle out from second. In from right. Johnny Field is there to make the catch. Just as Robertson was set to make the call, Field came in with a better angle and ran him off. So that's the first out. Yuli Gurriel will be the hitter. Baseball into play at the request of Blake Snell. Gurriel, a .298 hitter. And as the Rays learned over in Houston in that last series with the Astros, very difficult if you put a man in scoring position. Right now, a runner at first, 1 out. Pitch up. Sucre doing the catching with an eye toward Bregman down at first, but he had not wandered too far off that bag.
Well, if nothing else, you're sending a message that I will throw behind you, and sometimes that can affect a guy's secondary lead and maybe not take his big one.
He's gone. The pitch, a swing and a miss on the change, and the throw skips into center. Bregman's going to head to third, and he'll be there. Now the ball skipping by Duffy, but fortunately Snell there to back it up. So stolen base number 8 for Bregman, and he advances on the throwing error.
Well, you want to go on first movement, and he was able to time up Blake Snell's delivery to the plate rather well, and so no chance to get him on the stolen base. And then that rushed throw by Sucre had a little sinking action, gets out into center field. And as it gets by, no Kevin Kiermaier out there with his arm in center field. Bregman's going to challenge Malik Smith.
So 2-1 to Gurriel, infield up. There's a strike to square it. 2-2. 422. That's what we're talking about with Gurriel hitting with men in scoring position. He's 27 for 64.
And that number actually good enough to lead all of Major League Baseball.
And a swing and a miss. He is out on strikes. Big strikeout following the steal and the error. 2 gone.
Well, the Rays, trusting Blake Snell, bringing that infield in, and it's the curveball. And that has been the big swing and miss pitch here for Blake Snell over his last couple of starts. Sometimes it's the slider, sometimes it's the curveball, sometimes it's both. But the curveball's been especially good.
Well, 2 gone, and another big run producer for Houston. Evan Gattis, 7th in the league in runs batted in with 54. Coming off a big month of June. Pops it foul out of play on the opening fastball. I mean, the Astros with men in scoring position as a team pushing 280, 279. And when you look at these guys at the top of the order, Bregman 368, Altuve 385, Gurriel 422, Gattis 323. And a strike catches the outside corner.
Well, and A.J. Hinch, a little bit different look in this Astro lineup. Has them all bunched up at the top, trying to get something done off of Blake Snell, knowing it's going to be a tough day offensively. At least it sets up that way. Try to bunch all of those clutch hitters together and hope for the best.
And with this pitching matchup, this could be a very big hitter right here in the first inning. Swing and a miss. Fastball got him. 97 up, and he threw it by him. No runs, a hit, an error, and 1 man left at third. The Rays will be on the road for the 4th of July, and so here on July 1st, the Rays and Fox take the opportunity to salute the troops. Quick look at the starting lineup presented by your Southern Ford dealers for the Rays. Wendell, Duffy, and Bowers, Robertson, Gomez, Smith, Adames, Sucre, and Field, all against right-hander Charlie Morton. Wendell after the first pitch, fastball, strike 1.
Charlie Morton having an outstanding season for the Astros. 10 wins against the 1 loss, 95 2/3 innings. Another big strikeout guy, 122 of them.
0-2, and boy, he goes right to work. No nonsense with Morton.
No, he's going to try to attack the zone. He will at times and can at times get a little bit wild, and the walks can pile up. However, that's not the intent. The intent is to put you away as quick as possible with plus stuff.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
I'm not sure when walks are the intent. Kind of want to stay away from those. But when he is mechanically in rhythm, the Blue Jays saw that his last time out. 13 strikeouts in 7 innings.
And a base hit the other way against the ship. Wendell with a turn at first, and Kemp with a pickup and left. Well, they had the shift on, overloaded on the right side, and Wendell has himself a base hit the other way.
You know, and Joey Wendell's one of those guys that has shown the ability to do that. All that open room on the left side. Okay, you want to go away from me? I'll just slap it the other way. That is too easy for Joey Wendell. And once again, as this entire homestand has shown, the Rays early on, things going their way. Look at that. I mean, he sprays the ball all over the place.
Almost as many hits to left as right, most of it to center. Now Matt Duffy moved to first, and Wendell is back in.
When we've seen enough of him to know that not only does he not have any problem going the other way, his willingness to do it too. And so if you're going to give him a whole side of the field and then pitch him away, it's kind of what you get.
A strike to Duffy. Well, not a lot of at-bats for the Rays in their lineup against Morton, with a couple exceptions. Duffy, for an example, just 1 for 3 off Morton. Fouls it out of play. Down the right side, 0-2. Gomez, who's in the lineup as the DH for the Rays, has 18 at-bats. Done pretty well against him. He's 6 of 18. Ramos not in there today. He had gone 5 of 14. Gonna have a day off someday.
Well, especially.
Oh, strike 3 call. Duffy caught looking. That's the first out.
Stayed in on him. Stayed in on him with the hard stuff, and he spotted this thing up as well as you can.
Well, what we've seen of this Houston club and the pitchers they bring in, they are not afraid to change a pitcher's approach. And Morton's another guy they have done that with.
And all turning these guys into power pitchers.
Bowers chops it foul.
He'll get more ground balls than Cole and Verlander. You see them sitting there watching front row seat for this start. More ground balls, but still a ton of strikeouts. Really good with the curveball. He's got a slider / cutter. Sometimes it looks like a slider. Sometimes it looks like a cutter. Just, you know, overpowering stuff. A fastball that averages, 95, 96 miles an hour.
And he was not that for most of his career.
No.
Fought injuries over and over again. Arrived in Houston, and suddenly he's high octane. Wendell at first, 1 away.
It's amazing too when you're scouting these players and bringing them into your organization, where you look at them and say, okay, we're looking at a couple of guys that are power sinker guys. We're going to try to turn them into power four-seamer, high velocity strikeout guys. That was never their game. I mean, you've got to have a pretty keen eye to think that that's gonna fly, and these guys are going to be able to do it. Not only do you have to be sure that it'll work out, these guys have to buy in. I mean, it's not like they're rookies. They're making these changes, 8-9 years into a career.
Take the count full on Bowers. Yeah, it's pretty remarkable.
It is.
I mean, we talked about Verlander, who's been a great pitcher his entire career, but revitalized in his mid-30s in Houston. And Morton has just emerged with high velocity.
Garrett Cole.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm a power sinker guy. No, I'm a power four-seam, blow it by you guy.
That's right.
Well, they have all come together to form what a lot argue is the best starting staff in Major League Baseball, most dominant at least.
Runner goes, swing and a miss, throw down is going to be in time. So strike him out, throw him out, double play. Bregman took the throw, put the tag on Wendell. The Rays get a hit, lose him caught stealing. On to the second, no score. along with active duty. And it's great to have them with us as we go to the second inning. Tyler White leads it off for Houston, which is foul back. White, Reddick, and Stassi up against Blake Snell. Rays 3-3 in the season series with Houston, and this is the final meeting between these two clubs. And a strike on the outside edge. Well, the Rays have had a great homestand, taking 3 from the Yankees, 2 from Washington, and 2 of the first 3 here in this series from Houston. Check on a pitch down. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
What do you think the odds were on the Rays if you said, okay, the record the first 8 games of this homestand for the Rays is going to be 7-1? Would you take the field, or would you have taken the Rays?
I wish I knew then what I know now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody envisioned this with those 3 teams. And by the way, you're going for 8 out of 9 with your big boy taking them out.
Well, look at the numbers on this homestand. I mean,
it's
that starting ERA, and then you couple that with the bullpen.
That's it. That's it. 4.1 runs a game. Okay, but when you're not giving up anything, you're going to win most. Those numbers out of the pitching staff are ridiculous.
Yeah, and the run production, you'd like to get somewhere around 5.
Yeah.
That gives you a shot to win most nights. A little over 4, but if you get that kind of pitching, you can win 7 out of 8.
But by the way, against the Astros, you know what this lineup is capable of. Even if they are missing Correa, it doesn't matter. These guys can put up numbers. The Washington Nationals are dangerous. The New York Yankees, they were the #1 offense in baseball.
Yep. That's strike 3. 3 consecutive strikeouts for Snell. He got Gurriel and Gaddis in the first inning, leaving Bregman at third. Now White to open the second.
How about locking a guy up on a changeup? You could see that back foot getting out of there, just realizing too late what the pitch was, where it was, knew he was in trouble.
Well, the left-handed bat of Josh Reddick. Ball, no strikes.
That's the other thing about Blake Snell that makes him so dangerous. He can get the strikeout on 1 of 4 different pitches with ease.
1-1.
Usually a pitcher has a go-to. I got a nasty split. I'm going to get most of my strikeouts on the split. I got a nasty slider. They're going to come on. He can get you. He can blow the heat by you. Change up on White. Curveball, slider.
Yeah, tough to game plan against a guy like that.
No, you're hoping that you get a mistake, and then you're hoping that you can do something with it. Doesn't happen very often.
He's 1-2 on the Houston right fielder. Reddick takes it down.
But when you think about guys with 2 strikes, most of them you could say, okay, he's got me 1-2. I know what he likes to put guys away with. You still have to guess with him. 1 of 4.
Fastball is fouled back. Well, and that kept him competitive when we talked about first pitch strikes and all that. He'd like to get more of those in the first couple years when we saw him. And he'd still like to do that, but he's moving in the right direction. But with those secondary pitches being as good as they are, that made him competitive. And now that things have started to come together, it all makes him 10-4.
Yeah, confidence comes along with it. He knows that he has a formula for success that has proven itself over a good length of time now.
And a wave and a miss. Reddick, the 4th consecutive strikeout.
And it was the curveball that Reddick fouled off, and he's like, okay, you fouled off the curve. I'm going to go slider now. I'll get you on that one. Again, 4 different put-away pitches at times.
Yeah, we've got Gurriel curveball, Gaddis fastball up, White changeup, Reddick slide piece.
didn't even realize that, but that's exactly what we're talking about. 4 punch outs of 4 different pitches. Wow.
There you are. Lowest ERA since May 19th. Blake Snell topping that class.
Well, you know, and here's the interesting thing about that. That was the first day of the opener. So Blake Snell may be feeling a little bit of heat that his job was in jeopardy. He's cranked it up.
Well, 2 strikes here to the Houston catcher. And he gets him. He strikes out the side. 5 straight out on strikes. No score, middle of 2.
Shaughnessy. I want to say hello to the Motioner family in the crowd tonight and all my friends back in Tampa Bay. I'll see you soon. Go Rays.
Hi, this is James Gaynor, Airman First Class in the United States Air Force. I'm currently stationed at Anderson Air Force Base, Guam. I'd like to say hi to my family, friends, and go Rays, huh?
And the Rays go into the bottom of the 2nd inning here on the Salute to the Troops Day at the Trop. Daniel Robertson takes a fastball upstairs. Robertson hitting cleanup today, followed by the DH Carlos Gomez and then Malik Smith. Pitch a little close. 2-0. 264 on the year for Robertson. Morton, 34 years old. He was a 14-game winner last year, 14-7 with a 3.62 ERA, and he's upped his game even more from a year ago. He's averaging 11.5 strikeouts every 9 innings.
Big numbers across the board for this Astro staff, starters especially.
And a cut and a miss on the breaking pitch. Let's check in with Michelle for the first time today. Michelle?
Thank you so much, Dwayne. Here with Tammy Abler, who is a local here in the Tampa Bay area, and her husband is actually serving in the Coast Guard right now. And Tammy, first and foremost, what does your husband do for the Coast Guard?
He is an AET chief, so he works on the C-130, sorry, not C-130. I need to talk, please. He works on the H-60 Jayhawks,
All right.
which is a big helicopter.
And where is he right now?
Right now he's in Great Nagua, Bahamas.
What does it mean to you? You got these tickets from the Rays. What does it mean to you that they're doing this Salute the Troops show?
It's such an honor. We are so grateful. We love coming to see the Rays, and What awesome, awesome opportunity.
Do you guys have a message for your dad or for your husband?
We love you. Hope you're having a good, safe trip. Love you. Go Rays.
Gotta go Rays. Thank you so much. We appreciate everything. All right, back to you, Dwayne NBA.
Now she's got a double play combination on her hands right there.
But they were trying to turn it while she was talking.
Good-looking youngsters indeed. Got the infielder's glove.
Yeah, that's right.
That's not Wendell's outfielder's glove either.
No.
That's his second baseman.
We would not have seen Mom if that was Joey Wendell's glove.
That's right. Covered the entire shot, that glove. Well, a base hit for Carlos Gomez, and Malik Smith up with a 1-strike count. So Chopper going to be foul. Puts him down 0-2. Well, with the Rays winning 2 out of 3 from Houston, we talked yesterday about this great record the Astros have, and still going into the game yesterday, they were just 2.5 games in front of Seattle. Well, now they're only a game and a half in front of Seattle in first place in the American League West. Down and in, and Smith missed that one. So that's the second strikeout of the inning, and strikeout number 4 for Morton.
How nasty is this hook? Way back in the hand, and look at the way that he's able to spin it. And not only get the drop, but horizontal and vertical movement on that particular curveball. Loves to go with that pitch with 2 strikes, especially against left-handed hitters.
Willie Adames over to first, the runner back in. Yeah, lefties against the right-hander, hitting 178 against Charlie Morton.
And when you look at the way that he's able to break that curveball, you think, boy, that's going to play really well down and away to righties. And it does. But he goes with it at a higher percentage against lefties, starting that ball middle in, forcing you to make a quick decision. This looks like a fastball. I got to go right now. And then before you know it, it's behind your back foot.
Yeah, he's not quite, but almost fastball, curveball against lefties.
Yeah. Yep.
Occasionally you'll see something else, but really heavy with those 2 pitches. Ground ball toward the middle. Altuve gloves it, and a throw to first in time to get Adames. Rays out in the second. We'll go to the third. No score. Is brought to you by WB Mason. Who but WB Mason, the official office supply company of the Tampa Bay Rays. By your Southern Chevy dealers and by your local Ford dealers. We salute the troops today at Tropicana Field, moving on to the 3rd inning, and we are privileged to have Colonel Steve Snelson join us. And the Colonel, you have come a long way to be with us. Welcome, number one.
Thank you very much.
And it's great to see you.
It's been a whirlwind trip for sure.
You're going to take over at MacDill, and I think you were in Washington State.
I was. So we loaded up the family a few weeks ago, and we drove about 4,100 miles to get down here. So
that's a road trip that I could appreciate. Love the road, but
I'd be lying if I said everything went smoothly. But it was a great trip.
How many days?
We did it in about 10 days, but it felt like about 30. So.
Month on the road.
Yeah. Marisnik leads it off here for Houston. That's a 1-1 count as Blake Snell and the Rays are in a scoreless game through 2 here against the Astros. Well, our scouting report tells us that you are first and foremost a baseball fan. A little ground ball to short here for Adames.
I am. I was really excited to come out here just in general to the game and see everything that the Rays do for us. But to see this kind of a pitching matchup today, man, this is a dream come true.
Well, let's take a look at your arm.
Let's see where he goes. Little cutter.
Oh.
Got a cutter. Cutter up in the zone.
It was high.
Well, you got to chase up there sometimes.
That's true. That's true. You didn't see the first 3 pitches where I was throwing it low in the zone to kind of get the hitters accustomed to that. So it was fantastic.
Gotcha. See?
Good.
Knows how to sequence already.
Absolutely.
Here's Kemp missing the fastball. Strike 1. Top of the 3rd inning here. Well, MacDill is such a big part of this community and something over the years the Rays and Fox have been involved in. It's a great asset here. What's the challenge for you to come in because essentially you're taking over an operation and a community, off base and on base.
For sure, it's a challenging job, but that said, I'm not doing it alone. And so you've got thousands of incredible airmen working every single day on MacDill Air Force Base, making the mission happen, and then throw in the unparalleled support from the community. Boy, it makes my job very, very easy.
Well, you're commanding the 6th Air Mobility Wing.
Yes, sir. And
I had the privilege a few years ago to go on one of these refueling missions, and boy, what an experience that is.
For sure. Yeah, it is. It's an incredible capability that we bring to our nation as well as all of our allies and partners around the world. It's unparalleled. No one can do what the United States Air Force does.
Well, and those are the KC-135s?
They are. So we've got 24 KC-135s and 3 of the C-37, which is more of an executive airlift type of aircraft.
What are the ranges?
Boy, the irony is the limitation on those air refuelers. It's the warm pink bodies sitting up front, the pilots. We're the limitation. So those airplanes can fly for hours and hours. It's the humans that we get tired first. So we got to come down and land and get some rest so that we're keeping safe.
Yeah, I think we sometimes take that for granted because what that does is it keeps everybody moving and the ability to continue to complete missions.
Absolutely. So you think about what our fighters are doing overseas and how we keep those jets airborne. Those tankers are what make that happen.
Well, Colonel, let us be among the first to welcome
you so
here.
much.
It's great to meet you and great to be in your presence.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Go Rays.
very top of the inning for Blake Snell. The one regret, Colonel Snelson said he didn't get a chance to make the comparison. Snelson, Snell, and it's that hometown connection already.
How about that? Didn't even put that all together, but that makes perfect sense. And no wonder, he was already sequencing with the first pitches, first 4 pitches apparently.
Sucre takes the pitch wide. The count's 1-1. Yeah, he's in high demand, and we're happy just to have him here for the top of the 3rd. But with this pitching matchup, it didn't give us a lot of time to get too in depth. There's a little soft humpback liner, and it's caught out there by Bregman. So that's the first out in the bottom of the 3rd. Let's again check in with Michelle.
Thank you so much, Dwayne. Here with senior airman Heather Farron down here in the same little area that we were with before. And Heather, what is your role?
My role in the Air Force, I'm a public affairs airman, so I tell the airman story, and that's what I do at MacDill Air Force Base.
You are stationed here locally at MacDill?
I am, yes ma'am.
Very cool. And why is this important for the Rays and the community to come together for the military today?
Well, I know on the military side, it feels amazing to be a part of a community that just brings you in and kind of holds you like family. And when you go from so many different bases, it's just great to go to one where you feel at home. So that's why it's important to be here for me.
What's the experience been like so far?
It's been amazing. I went out on the field for a few photos, and I'm in this bullpen area, and I've never been this close at a baseball game, and I love baseball. So this is awesome.
What's been the best part of today so far?
Well, we got some pictures with DJ Kitty, so that was really cool. Yes ma'am.
Thank you so much for your time. We certainly appreciate it.
Yes ma'am, thank you.
All right, Dwayne NBA, back to you.
Well, a little something for everybody here as we play in the bottom of the 3rd. 1 out, base is empty, and a 1-2 count on Johnny Field. And he takes a swing at that breaking ball and is out number 2.
Well, you've got 2 starters out here this afternoon that are pretty locked in. That breaking ball by Morton after getting strike 2 out there, he takes it a little bit further away, gets the swing. By the way, on the question, that's what I really meant by well. The question of best part of the day.
Yeah.
As we were talking about earlier, long odds.
Yeah.
Would you have had DJ Kitty in top 5, top 10?
No, but again, as I said, a little something for everybody.
How about
here.
it?
Yeah.
I was thinking, okay, close to the field, on the field. A lot of things come to mind. DJ Kitty did not, but apparently making an impact.
That's a foul ball. 0-2. Well, look at DJ Kitty down there. Put a few moves on. But that exchange with Michelle's a little misleading because she said, never been this close. It's on the field.
Yeah.
I love where I am right here.
Yeah.
And boy, I love DJ Kitty.
And
well, that's the power of the Kitty. And the pitch down and in. We'll be hearing from Jake Faria next inning. There's a military tie there, and we'll explore that. Two balls, 2 strikes the count on Wendell, who opened the bottom of the 1st with a base hit the other way. Gomez had a single in the 2nd. The count's going to be full. Chops this one foul just outside the first base bag.
And by the way, interesting what the Astros have done defensively. Remember Joey Wendell's first AB slapping it the other way? Well, they have taken Yoli Gurriel, who was over in this area. Look where he's at now, trying to take that hole away. You give him the line. If he goes straight up the left field line, okay, fair enough. But more than likely, it's going to be over closer to short, and that's where they put it. Moved him a little bit.
And a fly ball straight away center. In comes Marisnik, and he makes the catch to retire Wendell and the Rays. On to the 4th already. No score. And we have no score with Blake Snell hooked up against Charlie Morton. It's our pleasure to have right-hander Jake Faria join us here. And Jake, this day is special for you because it has a family connection.
Yes, sir, it does. I have 3 veterans in my family, my brother Joseph and 2 grandparents, so it's very, very close to me.
And your brother served where?
He served in Iraq. He was in the Army from about 2008 to I think 2012 or 13 when he was discharged, and he served 1 deployment in Iraq.
A little tap, and Altuve is out as Snell handles that.
When he was over in Iraq, what was the communication like back home?
It was mainly through like Facebook and stuff. I mean, he didn't really have a lot of access to a lot of stuff, so every once in a while he posts some stuff on Facebook, but didn't really get to talk to him all that much. But yeah, it was pretty tough.
I was going to say, because of where he was, how tough was it on the family?
The good thing was he was pretty. I think by the time he was there, most of the fighting was in Afghanistan, I'm pretty sure. So where he was in Iraq was a little bit safer of an area for him, but it was still pretty tough. I mean, anything can happen at any time. So, but luckily he was able to, like I said, post some stuff on Facebook every once in a while. So it was tough, but we were able to see some stuff every once in a while.
Yeah, as you mentioned at the outset, is Gurriel lifting a fly ball to center. Alex Smith is right there for it, 2 gone. Your connection is intergenerational. So tell us about the rest of your military connection in your family.
So my stepdad Cliff, his father Angelo served in Vietnam, or he served in Vietnam. He was in the Army for 20 years, from 1960 to 1980. He would, in Vietnam, and then he was, after the war was over, he's, had various jobs with the military. And then Jessica's grandpa actually served in Vietnam. He was a specialist. He was, so he was there in Vietnam for a couple of years. So there's the 2 older connections there.
Yeah, it's difficult enough for the people who serve, but sometimes the family connection and what it's like back home is an issue as well that sometimes gets overlooked. And at the end of the day, you're happy to have them back. You're proud of their service,
absolutely,
I'm sure, and the family at the end of the day turns out to be better off for that, as we all are, and when we all owe them a great debt of gratitude.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's tough. I mean, my brother, luckily, when he got back, he was able to resume civilian life pretty easily. He's a welder now. So he's got a pretty good job. He's got a beautiful family. Justice's grandpa, the 2 grandfathers, it's a little different. Justice's grandpa suffered and still suffers occasionally from PTSD. So I mean, it's tough. I mean, it is a real thing, and it gets overlooked a lot. And it's nice to have days like today where we can show them our appreciation for everything that they do.
Yeah, let's take just a moment here with a couple outs. Speaking of resuming, you've had that oblique situation. Give us a little update on where you are with that.
It's going really well. Luckily, it's all healed up, and I've been able to resume throwing, resume bullpens and everything. So I had a bullpen today. It went really well. And then later on, we're going to sit down and go over the schedule coming up. But it's gone really, really smooth. I'm really happy about it.
All right. Well, thank you for your time, and thanks to you and your family for their service.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Dad is out on strikes. We thank Jake Faria. We go to the bottom of the 4th. No score. was a good day at the ballpark right there. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Matt Duffy takes a strike. So far, the fans with their ice cream getting a better deal than the hitters in this game against these two pitchers.
Early on, everybody's been overmatched for the most part. I mean, the stuff from these two pitchers, we've talked about that.
Liner back into left. Kemp's going to go back to reach and make the grab.
But it's been the execution that has taken it to the next level and made it extremely difficult on both lineups. Even that pitch right there, that got in a little bit, but you're so excited, ball in the air into the outfield, maybe that could get down. That's how tough it's been.
Well, we're in the bottom of the fourth inning here. Snell has 7 strikeouts. Morton has 5. Here's Jake Bowers with 1 out and the base is empty. Bowers takes a strike. 97, just picking up part of the corner.
Well, that's where Morton is so tough on lefties. That 96, 97 away with a little bit of arm side run and then that curveball down and in. That's how he splits the plate with these two guys. And how about sprinkling in a changeup just for good measure?
How about that range? 79 to 98. Oh, and now he's hit on the foot. So Bowers hit by a pitch and the Rays get a base runner.
This would be called a rally this afternoon.
Yeah. Look at that. Look at that pitch move.
He couldn't even think about moving to get out of the way.
He had no chance.
None.
I mean, that was like a heat-seeking missile. Right on the foot.
Perfect day to be talking about that.
I'm telling you, that was extraordinary. Daniel Robertson. Strike call.
Well, the question is, are you going to be able to take advantage? You're looking for one of these pitchers to make a mistake to give you a base runner.
0-2. Fastball in.
It's, I mean, listen, he's doing the same thing with these right-handers. And what happens is that ball comes out of the hand, and you've got to get it started quickly if you want to get the barrel to a fastball in. Well, as you go down to make that contact, it's got that little darting action that takes it right under your swing. Daniel Robertson's seen a bunch of them.
1-2.
A lot of these righties have seen that pitch.
And that's not comfortable.
No.
In any way.
You like to see the ball big, like to see it up in the zone. You don't want to see it up there. That causes the heart to skip a beat.
And now you follow it up with that. See you later. Strikeout number 6 for Morton. Take a look at this.
There's up and in, low and away, and then there's way up and in.
Yeah.
And low and away.
These are extreme cases. These breaking pitches are unbelievable.
I mean, yeah. I mean, just when you're able to slow them down like we are on these replays, to be able to see, even in slow motion, how much depth and how quick and tight they spin.
Gomez fouls that one. Gomez had a base hit his first time.
And when he's throwing that curveball, when you see it at the point of release, that ball looks so loose in his fingers. Like just waiting to rip over the top of that thing.
Blocked by Stassi.
I mean, look at that. That ball looks like it could squirt out. And that's not even one of his better ones. It's still pretty impressive.
Yeah, there are a lot of pitchers who would take that one. Try to make it work for him.
Yeah.
It's fouled back. 1-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bowers, the base runner, was hit by a pitch on the foot. And this one will get by Stassi, moving Bowers into scoring position. That went down and away, out of the reach of Stassi.
Well, 2 mistakes here by Charlie Morton. First of all, the hit by pitch, and then the yanked fastball right here that Stassi's not able to flag down, and Carlos Gomez has a chance to give the Rays a lead here.
Well, the Rays get a man in scoring position. First time that's happened in this game. The pitch is popped into short center. Altuve's out there, and Marishnik comes in from center to make the grab. No runs in, batter to man left. We go to the 5th, scoreless. Serving overseas are watching this game on AFN, the American Forces Network. Welcome to those in countries around the world aboard naval ships at sea, and thank you for your service. Tyler White, the first baseman, leads off for Houston, and the pitch is a strike call. White out on a changeup his first time. The fastball is fouled back. One of 7 strikeouts recorded for Snell through the first 4 innings. His opponent, Charlie Morton, has 6 through 4. Scoreless game. I guess if you had fair play rules in baseball, the Rays might be leading. They've out hit Houston 2-1, and their pitcher has 1 more strikeout than their pitcher.
I like the World Cup flair that you brought to the booth today.
Pitch upstairs, 1-2. Morton and Snell, the matchup, and it has been a dandy for everyone except the hitters.
Yeah, not having a good day and not happy about it at all.
Into center field. That's Malik Smith making the catch. Oh, 1 gone here in the 5th inning. Time to again check in with Michelle Margot. Michelle?
Thanks, Dwayne. Here with Command Sergeant Major Gary Luttrell, Medal of Honor recipient in '73. Thank you so much for joining us. What is around your neck? Tell me about this award.
Well, I'm one of the 73 living Medal of Honor recipients. The Medal of Honor is the highest award that you can receive in combat, and the regulation says you have to perform an action above and beyond the call of duty at risk of life. And I unfortunately got caught in a 4-day, 4-night battle. I worked with the 23rd Vietnamese Ranger Battalion. We went in with 473 Vietnamese Rangers, and after 4 days, there were 41 left. And at the end of that 40 days, the ones that was left thought that my actions deserved a medal.
What a mind-blowing story. And you're a local St. Pete native. So what made you decide St. Pete was going to be your home?
Well, I was born in Kentucky, and I joined the Army on my 17th birthday, spent 22 years in the military, and had no desire to go back to Kentucky. So I retired Fort Carson, Colorado in October, and in February, the snow and ice was so bad, I sent my wife to Florida, said, find a place, lease it for a year, let me know, and I'll sell the house and move to Florida, and I've not regretted it a bit. I live at St. Pete Beach, and I love it.
You were recognized today pregame. What was that experience like?
It was just the opportunity to go out on the field and wave to the fans and say, have a happy 4th of July, our independence, and what a great event. And this year, our Independence Day falls on Wednesday. So we get the opportunity to have 2 weekends. The weekend before, like this weekend, I'm here with the Rays, and then the next weekend, I'm up at Daytona for the 4th of July race. So it's good that we can just celebrate our independence with good sports events.
Absolutely, and the Rays gave tickets away to military members and their families. What does it mean to you, and why is it important for baseball all around and the Rays to do this?
Well, it's a little bit different than it was in my time. I'm the Vietnam era veteran, and we didn't get a good welcome home when we got back from Vietnam. And to see America embrace our young men and women that are getting the job done to protect us daily, protect our freedom. Freedom is not free. Freedom is paid for by the lives and the limbs of our men and women in combat. So it's really great to see the Rays say, thank you, servicemen and women. Thank you for keeping us safe.
Well, we are absolutely thrilled to be able to recognize you and all service members today. Thank you so much for the time. We appreciate it.
Oh, it's good to be here. Thank you.
All right, Dwayne, back to you.
All right, thank you very much. We thank the Sergeant Major for his service, and it was great to see him here today. 1-1 the count to Jake Marishnik. It's foul back. Runner at first is Max Stassi, who lined a base hit into center. It comes with 2 outs. And Blake Snell ahead of the Astros center fielder, Marishnik. Fly ball headed toward left center field. Long run. Malik Smith is there. He got it. Malik Smith made the catch as momentum carried him up the wall. And Malik Smith turns in a fine running catch toward left center field, headed into the deepest part of the ballpark. Stamp this one with a star from Malik Smith. Highway robbery. No score, mid-5. Rob Maristic of an extra base hit, and Houston of a potential run. Now Malix leads it off here, and there's a base hit inside the line past third, and the Rays have some speed aboard. Malix Smith follows that great catch with a base hit to open the bottom of the fifth.
Well, you got to get on your horse right away. This ball headed way deep out there into the gap, and Malix Smith, I'll tell you what, he turned and made a beeline. Could not have played that fly ball any better.
Wow,
yeah.
Says Blake Snell.
I'll tell
wow
you,
is right.
You know, the thing about it is the play before with Max Stassi, he had to go a ways to cut that ball off and keep Stassi at first base.
Yes,
so you
did.
loosen yourself up. You already got some adrenaline pumping. That was a nice play in keeping Stassi from extra bases. And then you followed up with what he did there way out.
Adames takes a cut at a fastball and fouls it. Puts him down 0-2. Well, the Rays have had single base runners in 4 of the 5 innings. Wendell had a base hit to open the first. Gomez singled with 1 out in the second. Bowers hit by a pitch with 1 out in the fourth. Now the leadoff base hit for Malix Smith. It's foul the other way. Adames 0 for 3 against Morton in his young career. 0 for 4 now with that ground ball he hit in the second inning. That was headed toward the middle, and Altuve was shaded that way. Wave and a miss.
Boy, how long he's able to keep that curveball in the zone. That one comes out. It starts almost middle in. And then all of a sudden there it goes. Starts to disappear, but the swing by Adames in an 0-2 count has already started.
Jesus Sucre line to the shortstop in the third. Alex back in at first. Only 3 stolen base attempts coming into this game with Morton on the mound.
He comes set, picks it up, and puts it down quick.
2 successful steals and a caught stealing with him out there.
Anytime, though, that you have just 3 attempts, as you pointed out, this many starts into a season, pretty good from a right-hander. Actually, really good from a right-hander.
Yeah, the opposition is saying, well, we'll try to figure something else out.
And good luck. So
yeah.
Good luck putting together an inning against him and stringing together 3 or 4 hits. You know, you have a guy that has his strikeout capabilities, his stuff, the ability to get weak contact, and he does a really good job controlling the running game. That's how you have a 2.5 ERA.
That's a chop toward third. Gurriel gloves and the throw to first in time. So Malix Smith moves into second. He'll be there with 2 gone. And Johnny Field will come to the plate. Field, like a lot of the hitters today, trouble with the breaking ball his first time around.
Well, he got worked pretty good by Charlie Morton. Not much he or any other hitter was going to do about it. Yep. Those back-to-back curveballs that he got him with were A+.
Takes this one off the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. Rays for the second time have a runner as far as second base. 2-0. Boy, you think back to the first when the Astros got Bregman to third, and Snell finished it off by striking out Gurriel and Gaddis. how big that was. You had a feeling it might be.
Well, I think with the Rays too, pulling the infield in the first inning and not conceding a thing.
Fastball misses, 3-0.
And Blake Snell makes you look like a genius by just punching the guy out. Forget we don't even need to make a play because he's going to take care of it.
And there's ball 4. Field takes that fastball inside and draws the walk. So 2 men on with 2 men out. We'll go back to the top of the order. Joey Wendell will get another look at Morton. Stassy's going to go out for a little get together on the hill.
Well, we see a lot of pitchers, especially right-handed pitchers against Joey Wendell, attack him with breaking balls down and in, and that's something that Morton really likes to do with lefties. So you know that Joey is fully aware of that. He got his base hit the other way on a pitch that was thrown down in a way. So expect to see a lot of the hook here in this AB.
And there's one to begin the at bat. Strike 1. Wendell after the first inning single. Retired in the third on a fly ball to center. Again, the hook, 0-2.
Might be all you see, especially now.
Amazing.
Disappears.
Smith opened with a single. He's now at second. Field drawing a 2-out walk. 2 strikes the count to Joey Wendell. And strike 3. So the Rays leave 2. Do not score. Nothing through 5. On to inning 6 we go. Charlie Morton and Blake Snell hooked up in a dandy. Snell with 7 strikeouts and a first pitch strike to Tony Kemp to begin the 6th inning. Kemp struck out swinging At a 98-mile-per-hour fastball in the third. Missed one at 95 there. Did he go? Yes, he did on the appeal to Baker. Strikeout number 8 for Snell.
Well, here's the thing about that at-bat. We've talked about the fact that his first 4 strikeouts came on all 4 different pitches and the ability to put you away with anything. Well, that at-bat right there against Kemp started him off with a slider, strike 1, fastball, strike 2, curveball, strike 3. Not even playing any games. How efficient he's been, too. You're into the 6th inning and out into the 6th inning, just 64 pitches with all those strikeouts.
I don't know the count to Bregman.
Boy, right now a win for a hitter would be to work a deep at bat. See 6, 7 pitches.
Right. Yep. A strike. It's 1-1. We've had, by my count, 3 full counts combined in this game. There's a strike. It's 1-2.
How about this? Bregman's such a good fastball hitter. What has he seen? A couple of changeups and a curveball. It's going to be a heater up.
Takes it 2-2.
And that might be just to change the eye level. And now can still come with any of the off-speed stuff. You remember the hit that Bregman got to lead off the game was a changeup, and then after the changeup, a heater, and he was all over that heater. Never got off the heater.
And now there's ball 3. So this is the second 3-2 count Snell has had. And did a little recheck of Morton. Morton's had 3. So we've now had 5 full counts in this game. 3-2 to Bregman. And to right. Field closing is there to catch it. 2 up, 2 down in the 6th. Tomorrow on Rays Live, the pregame show presented by your local Honda dealers. Doug will break down Nathan Uvalde, the Rays right-hander. All begins at 6:30 tomorrow, and we'll have mid-season awards. The Rays 82 games in at 41-41. Uvalde will be on the hill for the Rays. Jose Altuve bounds away the first pitch. Altuve went after the first pitch in the first at a fly ball to right. Went out pitcher first on a 1-0 pitch in the 4th, and now a foul ball here to begin this at bat in the 6th inning. 2 outs, bases empty. And a little comebacker. Snell with the lob to first. 1, 2, 3 go the Astros. Rays coming in to hit in the bottom of the 6th. No score. Energy as partners in the Victory for Veterans program. Every Rays win, Duke Energy donates $1,000 to the program. Veteran organizations throughout the Tampa Bay area can apply for a grant. Matt became the spokesperson for Victories for Veterans this past year due to his personal interest in helping the military and veteran community. And Matt Duffy leads off the bottom of the 6th. That's a strike. Duffy has been called out on strikes and is lined to left. Ground ball by the mound. Tuve pick up. One away here in the Rays half of the inning. Tough day for the hitters. Look at Morton. First pitch strikes, 17 of 20. And you know, when you look at what Morton has done and what Blake Snell, and you contrast this with Snell's last outing against the Astros, remember that one? He walked 7 in 7 innings. Rays wound up winning that game 2-1 when he hooked up against Verlander. Tapper foul, and the count on Bowers is 1-1. Like 7 innings, 6 strikeouts, 7 walks. One of those was an intentional walk, and he gave up 1 run and won his 9th game 2-1. Comes in 10-4 today. Morton comes in 10-1 for Houston. And Bowers goes upstairs after the fastball.
I think with Blake too, in that outing that you're talking about, I think there was some losing of the strike zone for sure, but I also thought there was some excessive nibbling too, and I think that he has rectified that issue and has gotten back to becoming very aggressive within the zone and then out when he wants to. I mean, if a guy like Blake Snell with his stuff can't attack hitters and put them on the defensive, who can? And I think that he's realizing that.
Yep. And stayed away. It's 2-2. And now full count. Second time Bowers has gone to 3-2 against Morton.
Shocking. We talked about it in last night's game or yesterday afternoon. I mean, he does that as well as anybody.
Three, 2, and strike 3 called. You know, we saw that happen before with him.
Yeah, I almost get the feeling when a guy like, well, any hitter really, but a guy like Jake Bowers who can work it at bat, takes a fastball that's not a borderline fastball. There's nothing borderline about this. You just say to yourself, he is sitting something else. He's looking for the hook. We know that Charlie Morton loves to come with that pitch against the left-handed hitter, and I think Jake Bowers got caught banking on that.
Daniel Robertson. He takes a strike. Well, Robertson has been victimized a couple times on that breaking ball.
And it's been set up by a lot of fastballs in. A lot of high velocity heaters with some movement in towards Robertson. Get ahead and then expand away with the hook.
It's 1-1 right now.
You're getting to that part of the game where you do not want to make mistakes in on a hitter, especially with the fastball.
2-1.
Because it really has come down to, as far as the starting pitchers go, who is going to be the one to make the catastrophic mistake.
Oh, there goes the bat.
Good God.
Swing and a miss.
He has that move down.
Yes. Take a look, end over end.
I think that this screen here at Tropicana Field was put up for Daniel Robertson because he has worn that thing out.
He has certainly tested it without question.
Can you imagine?
Oh.
Can you imagine the potential fan damage?
No.
Without that screen this season with Robertson.
They'd be running for their lives.
And you don't
time
have a whole lot of
time.
Yeah, that barrel end. I mean, he has let a number of those things go up into that screen.
You know, I'll tell you this. You know, Kelly Shopping was great at that. Robertson is certainly getting his reps in. So he may be challenging him before long. And he draws a walk right here. A 2-out pass. After a ground ball by Duffy and a strikeout of Bowers, Robertson draws a walk. Well, when you look at the seasons Morton had with Pittsburgh, primarily before coming to Houston, it's just remarkable. The opponent's average, earned run average, and then that strikeout bump.
I mean, that, 6.35, a lot of ground balls, punch out a few guys, and now it's dominant. You're up over, well, what was that? He's up 10 plus per 9.
Yeah.
Coming
up this year, 11.5 per 9.
Yeah, that's the thing. 122 coming in under 100 innings.
1-1 here on Gomez.
And like I said, that deep into your career to make that kind of a change is pretty astounding. It's not like you get this guy and as he's working his way through the system, you feel like, hey, we can turn him into this. Usually you are a strikeout guy. You don't become a strikeout guy. You don't become a high velocity, high power guy.
And a check here by Gomez, 2-1. The check swing.
Oh,
boy,
wow.
The Rays get a break there.
A huge, I mean, if he hits that ball, it's a double.
Well, let him hit it then. See if Robertson could score on that. There's a strike on the corner.
Yeah,
that's 2-2.
Yeah, how do you miss that one? I mean, there's some borderlines like, yeah, it could have gone either way. Or that was almost a full swing.
2-2 now. That's going to be a base hit into center. Robertson's going to go to third. Gomez picks up his second hit. He's 2 for 3 today.
And there was some action on this ball coming off the bat. You're going to see Bregman get all turned around. That ball gets in and breaks that bat. See that handle. You see Bregman.
It's almost as if he hit a changeup, not the pitch, the contact with the bat. I mean, that thing went out there and had some fade on it. Wow. First and third now, and here's Malik Smith. And a strike called. Well, the Rays, for the first time, get a man at third. Only the second time either team has had a man as far as third. We're in the bottom of the 6th. And a foul ball into the screen, left side, 0-2. The Rays have had men in scoring position in each of the last couple innings. First and third, 2 outs in the 6th inning. Malik's out on strikes. 2 men left. We go to the 7th. No score.
We're fighting assessment here in Germany. Just want to give a shout out to friends and family and say, go Rays!
This is the Murray family from Largo, Florida, currently stationed at Osan Air Base, South Korea. We just wanted to give a shout out to our family and friends back in Tampa. We look forward to catching a game when we get back. Go Rays!
And on to the 7th inning we go on the Salute to the Troops Day here at Tropicana Field. Yuli Gurriel will open the 7th. The Rays with a 2-out threat, leaving men on the corners in the 6th. Blake Snell to Gurriel. Outside. Well, Snell had made 72 pitches through 6. 8 strikeouts for Blake. Ground ball headed to short. Adames with the pickup and throw. One gone in the 7th. The cleanup hitter for Houston, the DH Evan Gaddis. A couple of strikeouts today, nothing of 2. Foot out of the way, ball 1. Gaddis came into this game 3 of 7 against Snell with a home run, but Snell has handled him very well today. There's a shot back into left. Wendell's going to go back, and that's going to get out of here. Gaddis hits his 16th home run, and that will put Houston out in front 1-0. Well, off the bat, you knew it had a chance, and Wendell ran out of room and left, and Houston will get the first run.
Now Blake Snell has been able to handle Evan Gaddis this afternoon with the elevated fastball. This one does not get up there. It stays around the thighs, and that is extremely dangerous against Gaddis. Picking up right where he left off in June. 30 runs driven in June. 1 for 1 here in July.
Well, Tyler White up there. So the home run makes it a 1-0 game. Only the 3rd hit given up by Snell. Behind White 2-0. Strike. Cut and a miss. Fastball up at 96. 2-2. Snell going to work here on White to put that home run behind him. Ground ball foul outside of 3rd. And boy, that can be a challenge at times. You know you're in a tough game here, 0-0. The guy hits a home run off you in the 7th inning. That takes some mental toughness to put that one aside and get right back to work.
Yeah, you know, and that's unfortunately part of the job description. You got to realize.
Fly ball into right. That's Field out there waiting for it. 2 gone.
You take a quick assessment. You say, you know what, made a mistake and he hit out of the park. Now I can either fold up and, you know, wither away, or listen, we're down just a run.
Yep.
And I'm just going to man up here, continue to make my pitches. I've proven to everybody and myself all afternoon long that if I execute, I'm going to get these guys out. So I continue to do that and trust that my offense is going to get me at least 1, maybe it'll get me 2. And that's the mindset that you have to have.
Josh Reddick, a little tap down to 3rd. Duffy makes the play. A run on the home run by Gaddis. It came on a 1-0 fastball. So Houston takes the lead here as we move into the middle of the 7th inning. It's a 1-0 ball game. Fans will be taking their 7th inning stretch, and we will have God Bless America performed by the Air National Guard.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise, remove your caps, and join the Air National Guard Band of the South vocal trio. Technical Sergeant Michelle Hoffman, Technical Sergeant Lori Reeves, and Staff Sergeant Evan Hedrick as they perform God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans wide with foam. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet home.
Hats off for heroes. For each post, T-Mobile will donate $1 to support veterans.
Welcome back to Tropicana Field. We salute our troops today. Astros leading the Rays 1-0. We're headed into the home half of the 7th inning. It's been a great pitching matchup. Charlie Morton and Blake Snell in Houston with a run in the top half of the 7th. Here's Willie Adames to lead it off, and a ground ball. Oh, just foul, says Jordan Baker. That ball just foul over the bag, outside the bag. And Adames just missing an extra base hit there. Here's another look.
That's how close it is. That would have been nice, and absolutely the right call. No matter how tall you are. Got that one right.
Strike count. Morton with 10 strikeouts up to 90 pitches. Rays pushed him for 23 pitches in the 6th inning, but left men on the corners. Adames lays off, now 1-2. This has been a superb matchup. Wide again. It's 2-2. Fly ball short left. Kemp camps under it and makes the catch. Well, we salute our troops today, and featuring Quantum Leap Farm up in Odessa, which is a facility close to our hearts for its great work for the military and beyond. But the Warrior Mission at Ease program focusing on the military and coping with issues that may have arisen from military-related service, all using the horses. Want to know the count to Jesus Sucre. There's a liner into left, and Kemp's going to play this one on a hop. And Sucre is aboard. So the Rays get a base runner with 1 out in the 7th.
I thought you were getting ready to say, and Kemp's going to play this one into a double. Well, he, off the bat, wanted to make a play so bad. Sucre gets aggressive, but this ball gets in on him just a little bit. And so it starts to die out there, and Kemp realizing here, I'm not going to get there. I'm trying to pull off now. And fortunately for him, and unfortunately for the Rays, he was able to knock it down.
Well, the Rays have a pinch runner now. Danny Echeverria will run for Sucre. So Echeverria, the pinch runner. Johnny Field due up, and Kevin Kiermaier will be the pinch hitter.
That quick move there by Kevin Cash, getting Echeverria and Kiermaier into the game, is going to bring Brett Strom out to the mound. They're going to be going over game plan here on Kiermaier. Obviously not in the original lineup, and a dangerous hitter.
They have Chris Davinsky busy in the bullpen while they talk it over on the mound again today. American military personnel serving overseas watching this game on AFN, the American Forces Network. Welcome to those in countries around the world aboard naval ships at sea, and thank you for your service. Strom heads back into the Houston dugout. 1 on, 1 out. And here's Kiermaier. First pitch, breaking ball, and that's a strike. Away, 1-1, fastball. Still got the velocity at 96. There's Davinsky down in the bullpen. High fly ball up the right side, down toward the corner. Reddick over for it, but it's going to be out of play.
And you know, Charlie Morton, that fastball on the second pitch was a show fastball. You know, he wants to attack him with the hook, so he gets strike one with the hook, throws a fastball off the plate just to change his eyesight, speed him up a little bit, and then comes back with another hook in. Really no intention on that fastball of getting anything. Let's see if he comes back with the hook or.
Yeah, fastball. How about that? Fastball away, and just picked up the edge.
That could have very easily been called a ball, but he's going to go right back out there and play the in and out game. And this call goes against Kiermaier. Right there off the edge. There's the call.
Yeah, that's a tough call.
Well, and that would have been followed up with another hook.
Yep.
I mean, he would have just gone back and forth as long as it took.
Here's Joey Wendell. It's inside. Fastball in there, a little bit off the plate, 1-0. Eleven strikeouts for Morton. And the curveball drops in. 1-1. Echeverria at first, running for Sucre. Two and one. Rays have out hit Houston 5-3. They trail 1-0. The third hit of the game for Houston was the Gaddis home run. That's a liner, going to be a base hit into center. Echeverria will advance to second. Wendell picks up his second hit of the day. That's going to get Duffy to the plate and get A.J. Hinch out of the dugout. They're going to make a pitching change now. Call to the bullpen, brought to you by the Florida Lottery. Your Lucky Money ticket online. You're registered for the $400,000 Super Grouper Second Chance promotion. The Florida Lottery. It's your ticket. Must be 18 or older to play. Play responsibly. Charlie Morton out of the game after 6 2/3. It's a modern day pitching change right here.
Listen, how good was Charlie Morton today? All the strikeouts. He was so good with the fastball. You're getting it to good areas on both sides of the plate. The curveball, boy, he was spinning that as good as we've ever seen. Ton of strikeouts. Outstanding all the way around. And Dwayne, 100% agree with you. A modern day move. As dominant as he was, that base hit to Wendell with Matt Duffy coming to the plate, just 103 pitches. If it wasn't, more than a few years ago, he'd still be out in the game.
Yes, he would.
See if the Rays can exploit it.
So here's Davinsky against Duffy. The pitch is outside. 1 ball, no strikes.
And regardless, Joey Wendell with the hit of the afternoon so far, forcing the pitching change.
Yep.
Get into the bullpen.
Yeah, you don't want to see any more from Morton. And the Rays aren't. So let's see what they can do with the bullpen. It starts to go and check. 2-0. Brad Peacock is up in the bullpen down the left field line with Davinsky in the game. Duffy after his first hit of the day. miss. 2-1.
The old 2-1 change, pull the string.
And Duffy takes a strike. Vinsky worked an inning here Thursday night in relief of McCullers. Houston won that game 1-0. They lead 1-0 right now. Popper up the right side. Reddick on the run. Can't get there. Fair ball. That's going to score the run. Rounding third. Here comes another man trying to score. Rays take the lead. Rays take a 2-1 lead on a little fair ball looper down the right side. Duffy gets both men home. It's 2-1 Tampa Bay.
Well, D-Wayne, I'm not going to be able to duplicate your excitement level, but I will say that this is now the hit of the day. Staying on that changeup, keeping it fair, and then taking advantage of Josh Reddick out in right field. Really some indecision, not getting that ball in right away. And the Rays take the lead, get into the pen, take the lead. That move backfires big time.
God bless modern day pitching changes. And now with Duffy at first, Jake Bowers at the plate. Pitches a strike, and I'll tell you, Wendell got that base hit that got Morton out of the game, and some heads-up base running by Wendell to score the go-ahead run. Nice job by Wendell all the way around as Duffy gets credit for a base hit and 2 runs batted in. And now a 1-strike count to Jake Bowers. High fly ball back into left center field. Kemp's going back for this one to make the catch. Rays are out in the 7th, but they answer the Houston run in the top of the inning with 2 in the bottom of the 7th, and the Rays lead 2-1.
The top of the 8th inning. We talked about the heads-up base running by Joey Wendell. Here's why. Ball falls in. Okay, it's going to be 1-1 runners on 1st and 3rd. But look at Josh Reddick. No sense of urgency whatsoever. Wendell was stopped at 3rd, saw that happening, and said, you know what? I'm going to take a chance. I can get in there. And he beat the throw, and that's what has given the Rays the lead.
So we go to the 8th. Max Stassi, the catcher, takes a fastball, and that's a strike.
Boy, it seemed as if Josh Reddick was so deflated, that ball falling in fair, knowing that the game was going to be tied, that he just lost his head for a second.
Yep, and that's all it took for Wendell to take advantage of it. So the Rays grab this lead now 2-1. It's in the dirt now, a ball, 2 strikes. Well, the Rays, as you can see, have Ramos catching now. There's Wendell still out there in left. Kiermaier's in center. Malix is in right. Strike 3 call to Stasic. Strikeout number 9 for Blake Snell. Take a look at the strikeout pitch.
Change up. He's getting them with everything. And he got him looking right on the edge. Nothing you could do about that.
So again, the outfield with Wendell in left, Kiermaier center, and Smith in right. Castillo up in the bullpen right now. Echeverria has taken over in short. Ramos catching, a bunt attempt by Marisnik, foul.
I still cannot get over the pitching change. You've got the dominant Morton on the mound with just over 100 pitches against Matt Duffy, a right-handed hitter. And boy, did that come back to bite.
Pitch just a little bit wide there at 96, and it's 1-1.
And I you know, say that's off the plate. Going back to the look that was on your face when Hinch came out of the dugout.
High popper foul. Bowers can't catch up to it. 1-2. Well, and you see that all the time, though. You really do now, where the starter's just dominant, and Morton. Well, we knew it was going to be a great pitching matchup with Snell and Morton, and neither one has really disappointed on that front. And the game is a little different now when it comes to that. Two and two. One out, base is empty. Fouls it off the end of the bat. Swing and a miss. Ball gets away from Ramos, and Marisnik is going to reach. As that occurred, the bullpen ball was loose from the right field bullpen, and that's retrieved by one of the bat boys. It's going to be a wild pitch there on the strikeout.
You can see Ramos coming up just a little bit too soon on that curveball in the dirt, and that exposed the 5-hole, and that ball was able to squeeze through.
Now Tony Kemp. Pitch is down. You know, this also goes back to what you were talking about after Snell gave up that home run. It's deflating, but you got to get right back to business, as he did, with the idea that let's hold them here and maybe my teammates can get me a couple runs. Ground ball knocked down by Bowers. They're not going to get anybody. So Marisnik moves up to second, and Kemp is aboard.
Well, you're happy that Bauer's able to knock it down, but unless he comes up with that clean, there was no chance to get Kemp. And even if he does, by the time he scrambles to his feet, Kemp's going to be racing Snell to the first base. And now Blake going to come out of this game, looks like.
That's tough on the strikeout and the wild pitch, and now the infield hit. Castillo's going to get a call from the bullpen, brought to you by the Florida Lottery. How about this? We're back, and Blake Snell is still in the game. Kevin Cash went out there, decided to leave him in.
Yeah, you wonder if he asked him or if he went out there just to fire him up in this tough situation with a tough hitter at the plate.
Well, it's Bregman, and we know how tough he's been. Pitch is down, a ball and no strikes. Well, he may have gone out there and just said, look, you're the guy.
That's right. This is your game.
Bregman had a base hit in the first. He's 1 for 3. And he's been Mr. Clutch here for Houston. 2-0.
Blake wondering, I'm all right. I think he said, let's do it.
That's great.
I mean, he just said, I'm all right, let's do it. And Cash said, that's all I needed to hear. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. The pitch down, so it's 3-0 to Bregman. Maristic struck out but reached on the wild pitch. Kemp reached on an infield hit. I don't know how you get much better even down 3-0 than the guy on the mound right now.
You don't.
That's a foul ball, swinging 3-0. It's 3-1.
You hear managers often talk about the guy on the mound or whoever I have down in the bullpen. Who's my better option? Mm-hmm. You can say matchups all you want. Blake Snell has been a nightmare matchup for everybody today. Right, left, in between.
Three-one pitch. And did he go? He did not. He walked him. So the bases are loaded. Altuve is going to be the hitter. There's the check. And now Kevin Cash comes out. He'll make the call to the bullpen, brought to you by the Florida Lottery. Your local Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. And by your local Honda dealer. refueling there. That's it's quite a process.
Well, and I'm hearing from my sources that you've been up in one of those while there was some refueling going on.
We did. It was fun. It was really amazing.
You'll have to tell me all about it because I'm not doing it.
Oh, come on.
Not a chance. Not a chance.
Well, Diego Castillo takes over on the hill. The bases are loaded with the Major League's leading hitter up. And the infield comes up.
How about that? How about that? That is an aggressive move here.
Ray's playing it all out.
Yep. Yep.
Altuve takes the pitch wide. 1 ball, no strikes.
You know, sometimes, depending on who's at the plate, you see the middle infielders, maybe not all the way up, but Kevin Cash is playing this aggressive, and now we've got some.
There's a strike. 1-1.
He's got a break there. That looked to be up and in. And 2-0 count as opposed to 1-1 with Altuve. Big difference.
Castillo worked 2 innings in the game here Friday. And there is strike 2 down around the knees. 1 and 2.
Spin on that slider.
We're in the top of the 8th. Houston with the bases loaded. That pitch in on him, and he fouls it. Boy, a defensive maneuver there.
Well, Castillo gets so much arm side run at such a high velocity that Altuve started to go after that. That ball just jumped up and in. And you're right, he was more protecting himself at the end as opposed to swinging. You wonder if that opens up Castillo going back down and away with the slider. Be careful, and you've got some room to maneuver here in a 1-2 count.
And a foul up the right side.
See, that's why you got to
pitch that way.
Yeah, and that's what, you know, listen, Altuve, one of the more accomplished hitters in the league. Maybe suspecting the same thing, but far enough away, he's not able to keep it fair.
Ristic at third, Kemp at second, Bregman at first. A bouncer foul. Count remains 1-2. Ristic struck out but reached on the wild pitch, a curveball in the dirt that skipped by Ramos. And Kemp on the infield hit. Bregman drew the walk. 7 1/3 and 100 pitches for Blake Snell today. Snell looking on from the dugout. The rookie right-hander Castillo. Up in the count. Again the 1-2. Altuve takes it low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, this game for the better part of the afternoon, moving right along with 2 great pitching performances from Morton and Snell. Drama late. Here we are in the 8th. 2-2. Fouled again. The battle continues. It's an 8-pitch at bat thus far. Two. Up and in, and down goes Altuve. That one at 97 up there.
That curled right around him. That was the Matrix.
Well, Altuve collects himself. Bases loaded. The count is now full. Here comes the 10th pitch of this at bat. And he got him. He struck him out. What a matchup there. Castillo gets Altuve on strikes. Wow.
And on ball 4.
Yes.
I mean, not anywhere near the plate, but after that pitch up and in knocked him down. He goes down and away, and that was the right pitch. Maybe not that far off, but Altuve acknowledging.
Snell, Castillo's biggest fan right now.
Yeah. Wow.
Here's Gurriel. We know how tough he is in these situations. Down and away. 1 ball, no strikes. You know how tough we were talking about it had to be for Snell after giving up the home run to Gaddis. Now Castillo challenged with after that big at bat there to finally get Altuve. Now he's got to collect himself to go after Gurriel. Tough hitter with the bases loaded, 2 outs. And there's a strike. 1-1. Boys playing a little baseball today in the 8th. And a foul back. That's out of play. 1-2. Down and away. 2-2.
How about the little backhanded scoop there by Ramos? Bases loaded. That ball gets by him or off that glove. It's going to be tied up. Here's a hard slider down and away. Look at him go down and get it.
Short hopped it.
Yeah, almost off the end of his foot.
2-2. And a chopper. Echeverria to first and scooped by Bowers. Rays get out of that one. Houston will leave them loaded. And the Rays will carry this 2-1 lead into the bottom of the 8th. Here it is again. Nice scoop at first. Look at Blake Snell.
to the bottom of the 8th inning, and concentration, the name of the game on this play. Look at the screen by Tony Kemp right here. Tried to distract Echeverria, and then Jake Bowers has to concentrate on that low throw to complete it by making the scoop. Great job.
Well, the Rays toe-to-toe with the world champions here, playing some big league baseball. Brad Peacock on the hill for Houston. He gets a strike on Daniel Robertson. Pitch is wide, 1-1. Romo up in the bullpen for the Rays. Robertson bounce it. 1-2. Rays scored 2 runs, 3 hits, a base hit in the 7th by Matt Duffy. Looper up the right field side, just fair. And the Rays scored the tying and go-ahead run. Wendell scoring from first on that little looper. 2-2 now to Robertson. Ground ball back to the hill. Peacock stow to first in time. 1 away here in the 8th. Again, we'll check in with Michelle Margot.
Thanks, Dwayne. Here with Sergeant First Class Leslie out in this McDillville. So you told me right before this that you're a big baseball fan. What has this experience been like for you?
It's been really great. My kids got to come out tonight or today, and we were here, you know, bringing some vehicles out so a lot of the kids could come out and see what we have and what we experience. So it was good.
You told me you've been deployed twice. Yes. So not only are you getting this exciting day, but your family is as well. What kind of sacrifice do they make?
It's definitely the wife. The kids, you know, being gone, missing birthdays and Christmases and stuff like that, but definitely anniversary for the wife. That's the biggest thing.
I've asked this question a couple of times today, but why is it important for our local community to really recognize what service members do?
I guess you would say just being able to know that your community's there behind you, knowing that you're doing that from day to day, not just for your family, but theirs as well.
We absolutely are. Thank you so much for your time and thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Dwayne.
All right, Michelle, thank you. Carlos Gomez up here with a 2-strike count. Takes this one wide. 1-2. Morton works 6 2/3, charged with 2 runs, 6 hits. Davinsky, a third of an inning, 1 hit. It's wide. 2-2 Rays trying to make this 2-1 lead hold up. If they do, how about this? Through the first 83 days of this season, Verlander, Cole, and Morton had lost a total of 5 games in 83 days. If the Rays hold on, those 3 pitchers will have all lost within the last 48 hours. 3 losses in 48 hours.
Not surprising when you're playing the best team in the league right now.
3-2, and Gomez is out on strikes.
That's the stat of the day, by the way. That is the stat of the day. But you got to make it hold up.
Got to make it hold up. Rick Odioso grabbed that, gave it to me when I walked in today. He was thinking ahead.
Thinking ahead. Well, listen, we thought we were going to get a really good pitching matchup coming in, and that's exactly what was delivered. You know, Charlie Morton had gone 6 2/3 scoreless, and then the blue pit by Matt Duffy gives the 2 runs on his ledger. Blake Snell was outstanding outside of 1 pitch out over the plate to Evan Gaddis. These guys were mowing hitters down very quickly. Game had set a nice pace, overmatched a lot of guys early in the game, but it has become quite the ball game here late.
There's a high fly ball off the bat, and Malik Smith back to the wall. That's gone! Malik Smith with his first home run of the year. And the Rays will add a run to this lead. That makes it 3-1. Malik goes deep. up the lead to 2 as Malik Smith hits it out to right center. Now Ramos hitting for the first time in this game. Takes a strike. One now. It's a foul ball back. Last home run for Malik Smith was last July 21st to 17 against Texas, and he lifts this one out.
Well, it gives him a cushion, and that dugout appreciative. A fastball missed its location. You think about the play that he made on Marishnik earlier in the game, probably a run-saving catch out in deep center field, and then the home run. So he's +2 on the day. 1 run prevented, 1 run driven in.
He'd gone 356 at bats between home runs. Swing and a miss. That takes care of Ramos. The Rays are out in the 8th. But Malik Smith gives the Rays another run. It's 3-1 as we go to the 9th.
You guys be safe and hope you see you soon at the race game.
This is Jake Bowers. I just wanted to say to our troops out there, thank you for serving our great country.
Shout out to all those that have served and are currently serving. We appreciate your services. Thank you for everything, and go Rays.
Well, it has been a great show with the day dedicated to saluting the troops. And Malik Smith, a great play defensively. Home run in the 8th to give the Rays a 2-run lead to take into the 9th. And Sergio Romo will be on to face the middle part of this order, starting with Evan Gattis, who hits one deep to left. That ball is out of here. Second home run for Gattis. And how big is that home run now? Gattis homered in the 7th. Homers again here in the 9th, and it's 3-2.
Sergio Romo, he has been so good with his slider here as of late. Really locking games down, but this one right here just kind of stayed flat and stayed out over the plate. Still with the lead, though.
Romo facing Tyler White. Pitch is down. Romo closed out yesterday's 5-2 win with 3 ground balls in the 9th inning against Heretic, White, and Gonzalez. It's a cut and a foul ball back, 1-1. Stanek up in the bullpen. Stanek, the opener yesterday for an inning. Cut and a miss, 1-2. That home run for Gaddis, his 11th career multi-home run game. After the homer in the 7th, one in the 9th. Two and two. Reddick on deck. And now the count is full. And he checked in time on that pitch for ball 4. Homer and a walk. Alex Smith out there in right. Here's the home run that's the difference right now. Houston get some additional speed. White lifted and Springer will run for him. George Springer, the pinch runner. Josh Reddick, the hitter. Springer 5 of 8 in the running department. Rondon, the right-hander, Sip, the lefty. Little number, that's going to be a foul ball. One-run ball game, top of the 9th, with a runner on and nobody out. He lays off the pitch outside. 1-1. To first. Springer back in. Ground ball. Echeverria steps on the bag, throw to first. They get the double play. Reddick grounds into 2. Echeverria on the first base side of second. Hustle to get the lead out at second and a quick throw to first.
Well, with these shifts, you've got to understand your responsibilities and understanding even though you're positioned over there, there's no one to flip it to. So you field it, you make a beeline, step and throw. Some athleticism shown there by Echeverria, and the Rays now 1 out away.
Big double play right there.
Putting him in motion now.
Max Stassi is due, and Gonzalez will pinch hit for him. Marwin Gonzalez will be the hitter. Gonzalez has started at shortstop in the first 3 games of this series, with Correa disabled with the back issues. Gonzalez called upon to pinch hit. 2 outs in the 9th. First pitch, there's a strike on the outside edge.
A great idea, great pitch. Marwin Gonzalez from the left side here is going to be looking for a slider working its way towards him to try to lift out of here. Staying away.
1-1. Well, right down to the wire. Turns into another 1-run game here. Rays had played 35 1-run games.
I've almost caught the Mariners and may today before it's over.
Cut to miss. 1-2.
See how badly Gonzalez wants to pull? That's what he's thinking of, trying to leave here. So you go with the fastball. Here's a changeup. Trying to get out there and yank that ball.
A 1-2 count. Romo's pitch. And he misses down. 2-2. Gonzalez stepping back. Two now. Ground ball by the mound. Second base. Robertson. Rays win it. Robertson to Bowers. What a game this one turned out to be. And the Rays win it 3-2. They won the series from the defending world champions. 3-8-1 for the Rays. 2-5-0 for Houston. Rays Live, the postgame coming up, presented by WB Mason. Richard Orestes will be anchoring the coverage, and a lot to cover there. Blake Snell gets his 11th win. He's 11-4. Morton, the loser, 10-2. A save, number 8 for Romo. For Brian Anderson and Marshall Margot, Dwayne Stats. Hope you've enjoyed the telecast. We'll see you tomorrow.